It's hard to believe, but spring break is coming up soon, and then, of course, we have summer to think about. But what do you do if you have champagne taste and a beer budget? If you want the best bang for your buck when traveling, we're in luck today because we have travel expert Kim Orlando here. She's here to give us some tips. Kim, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Kim, that's your real last name.
Yes,
Kim Orlando.
Well, I married that name, but yes.
Right.
Yes.
Orlando, it's in the name.
It's perfect. I mean, I think most people know, but explain. What does it mean when we say champagne vacation on a beer budget?
Well, you might have luxury taste, but your budget's like, no, you can't do that, right? So there are ways to make that happen. I feel like the first thing you have to do when you want a luxury vacation is decide, what does luxury mean to you? It could be location, it could be activities, it could be spa treatments, like stacking those up.
Yeah.
And then once you do that, you can kind of build your itinerary around that.
Okay, so let's say like Italy. Can you do that on a budget? I mean, I feel like everything is luxurious there.
You can, but I think the cool thing that's happening right now on social is travel dupes. So instead of, I had an example for France. I don't have one for Italy this second, but for France, if you have French vibes and you're like, I really want to go to France, and your budget's like, no, you can't go there. Try Quebec City instead in Canada, right? Because the dollar's really strong. You got all the twinkly lights and the French food and the wines and people speaking French.
Or even
the architecture. Montreal too. The architecture is a little different, but I personally just love Quebec City. So that's one dupe. But if you're in California and you're staying here, you might want to, like if you're thinking about Big Sur or Carmel, maybe Mendocino instead. It's a little less touristy, a little less expensive. You still got the dramatic landscapes and the inns on, by the sea. It's really, really amazing.
I want to know, you always get down to when you're planning, hotel versus Airbnb, right? What do you think is the best way to go on a budget?
Condo-style vacation rentals, hands down, when I travel with my family or girlfriends, and that is, it's not that I don't like Airbnb, I want the hotel amenities.
Right.
So like there's a site like Extra Holidays, if you are booking through them, you're gonna get a suite and you're gonna have different bedrooms for everybody. People always ask me like, what is your favorite hotel amenity? I'm like, a door. I want a door so my kids can have privacy, or if you're with your friends, you just get a minute to yourself, right? So the condo style has bedrooms, but you still have a pool, you have security, which I like. You have the front desk, you could have room service.
And a mini kitchen.
And a mini kitchen, exactly.
That's a good point.
Except it's funny because I really don't want the kitchen because I don't want to feel like I'm in, not on vacation. I don't want that option, but I know many people like that,
Or you might want to just heat something up. Maybe you don't want to go out for every meal, so you can put a sign like no cooking, but heating up is allowed, or something like that, like warm it up. Right, exactly.
Take advantage of there are a lot of Groupons, deals, royalty programs. Sometimes there's just so much you don't even know where to look or how to get started with that stuff.
I think Groupon's a great suggestion, especially if you really like spa services, but I just want to throw a warning out there that if you are going to book through Groupon, check with the spa first to make sure there's availability for the time you're going to be in the location, because just because you have a voucher doesn't mean there's an appointment, right? The other thing is use points. Like if you're not accumulating points now, think about being loyal to an airline or a credit card so you build up points. I did and then you can use your points for like first class or business class, however you want to fly. I used my points to go from LA to Bangkok last year, and on my own it was going to be 180,000 points, but I went to a site called point.me, paid $200 to a concierge, and I was like, okay. He saved me 100,000 points. Got me a business class seat for 80,000 points. So I had all the luxury.
That's a great tip.
I think that's a good tip. Point.me.
Point.me.
So they're kind of like
welcome. Point.me.
Like a broker, huh? Getting you the best deal.
It's literally a concierge. So they worked with me. They took all of my points wherever I had them. They were scattered, and then they were able to kind of maneuver and also see what the inventory was that was available. So I didn't want to do all that.
And you saved points.
I saved points, and I still had a business class. I had 2 business class seats out of that.
That's a really good tip. I'm going to take advantage of that.
When I think of a vacation, I think like the flight experience is part of that vacation. It's not just getting to the destination and then having a nice vacation. In my mind, that trip is also part of it. So when people, have to make a lot of transfers or take a red eye, and they're not flying, obviously most of us don't fly in luxury, you get there, you're exhausted, right? Like in my mind, you need to factor all of that in.
Yes. Have you ever flown premium economy? That's an upgrade from your main cabin,
Right.
but you're not paying business class seats, but
Right.
you still get a lot of amenities.
Yeah.
The only thing was, like, I can't remember where I was going, but the seat doesn't lay all the way back. You're kind of like tilted back and sliding down a little bit, but you still get all the meals and
Right.
a little extra or a lot of extra space, actually. So I don't know, there's a lot of hacks through the flights, and also the private airlines are really coming up. JSX, my son took
yeah,
JSX from Dallas to LA, I think, and it was maybe like $200, but he just walked right on.
I know.
That's
20
cool.
minutes.
That experience is luxury.
Yeah.
Do you have maybe like a top 3 for places that people should explore for 2024?
Well, I'm a fan of Quebec City, like I said.
Yeah.
I love exploring California. Like I mentioned Mendocino a few minutes ago. I just loved that area because it was a little less discovered. And I'm from the South, so I'm partial to Kentucky and bourbon tours, and it's not going to break the bank to do a couple of days of bourbon tours and horse park tours, maybe rent a pontoon at a lake or something like that.
It's beautiful in Kentucky, very green and the hills.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't know the hack is just asking, right?
Oh, I love that you brought that up.
Yeah, because just ask and maybe you'll be lucky, right?
I was talking to our editor and I was like, what do you think? She's like, be nice. Be nice.
Yeah.
Is like good advice. Like, just ask for the upgrade and you never know you're going to get it.
That's so true.
Yeah.
From a window room to a bigger room.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.